Look later and be like, "Oh man, that's so true," and be all depressed. Thanks, Shadow. Why would you depress me like that? Blame you for my insults. The hell's that? Because it'll go. Because you'll just be throwing shit at a wall or floor. Getting close to finishing all the mini missions, then my viewers will be happy to see me finish the story. See what? Cause I chose to do a different way. I did half the story. Now I'm doing all the side missions and collectibles. Cause when I did the 360, I did the storyline first, and thought, and then I figured I'd do it opposite. Plus, the storyline would be more fun and a lot easier to get through if I have everything unlocked and have everything else done. It'll be more epic of a finisher. Only thing that worries me is the last drinking game because that shit is so fucking difficult. I could not do it. That was like the only thing I couldn't do on the 360. I got everything else done except for like the DLC because as I started the DLC, my freaking had to get rid of my Xbox, so then I wasn't able to complete it. But that's the only thing that worries me since I titled it 100. Be able to perfect this game for once. Yeah. It is. Like you don't even get like different varieties and like contracts. There's like 40 of them to do, but each fixer contract is different. There's a variety of like different ways of doing it. So you don't have to look up a guide, they're all there, but they make them interesting. Like one's invading people's houses where you see like different stories of what different people are doing. Some are fucked up, some are boring, whatever. And then there's like and some are just like burner phones where you just, put a waypoint on, go grab them, it's done. And there's just so many different like mini games that you can do on this that just it never gets old. It's not one of those where there's a lot like it's like the opposite of those games where you have to do a lot of repetitiveness on side missions and they get boring because it's doing the same thing over and over again. This one's like different because every one is different. Like there's another one that's called Convoy, the Convoys, which is basically a group of bad guys are en route and you have to stop them before they get to the end to their destination. So you go through one of their it shows you their waypoint of how to get there. So you go to what you think would be a perfect cutoff point, and what makes it different is there's some where you can just kill them all. So you can just take out a grenade launcher, blow up all their cars, done. And then there's others where it's more tricky, where there's one or two people that you can't kill that you have to physically get close to them and knock out to make it a little more challenging, and you don't know which one's which. Like if you watch my broadcast, like probably tomorrow, I will be doing the last convoy, which I don't know if it's kill 'em all or if there's some to capture, and I'll be doing fixer contracts so you can actually see the difference on each of the mini games, and then you can see for yourself like how fun it is and this and that with the collectibles with pretty much everything. So that's what I'm going through. Is just everything before I get back to the story. That's another thing I love about broadcasts is before I started broadcasting myself, I used to use Twitch to watch people play games that I wanted but wasn't sure. So that way I knew for sure because of the fact that I actually get to see the gameplay instead of just trailers. Are you free tomorrow? I'll probably be broadcasting this all day, but I was just curious so that way I don't end up doing a lot before you even get online. If you're interested in seeing it. Oh, did you? Uh, well, so if you want, if you want, you can always send a text to me because like when you said that, I had no idea. I never know who's watching or this or that unless someone sends a text, and then I always respond to it if they actually want a conversation in it or if they're just letting me know that they're watching. But like if you're watching and let's say we're not in a party or whatever, if you have any questions or want to see something specific in the game, just text it and I'll do it. That's what's good about my broadcast is I care about what the viewers want to see. So if they want to see something specific in the game, even if it's not even mission related, I'll do it just to please them. Why not? It gives me more game value the money I paid for the game, and not only that, but it keeps them wanting to watch more. So it's a win-win. The only thing that sucks is when I lost a couple followers because I didn't want to play Minecraft when I was in the middle of a different game, which I hate when that happens. But what are you gonna do? You can never please everyone. I just do my best. But for me, I had like the world's shittiest broadcast because of the lag I had, and I gained 30 followers before, and I haven't gained any since my quality's gotten good, but it just started getting good like a few days ago. Before it wasn't even watchable, and there was even a time where I was broadcasting just because Shadow wanted to see how bad the lag was, and I was sitting there bitching about how bad the lag was. I'm like, oh my god, this is so bad, I wouldn't even watch me. And then I started getting viewers. I'm like, why would anyone watch me? I wouldn't. And I ended up getting another follower just off of my bitching about my own broadcast. Because I was insulting myself, and on the worst broadcast ever, I ended up getting one follower. I was like, holy shit. Because it was lagging so bad that it buffered like every 5 seconds, and then you'd hear me talk like 20 minutes after I already said something. It was that fucking, and it was like all blurry and everything. You couldn't even hardly make out anything. You can even ask Shadow how bad it was. And all because I was sitting there insulting myself about it as I was broadcasting, I gained a follower. I was impressed. I was like, that has to be some sort of record, having the worst broadcast in the world and then getting someone to follow you off of telling the truth. Yeah, I'm proud of myself because of the fact I always had really bad leg, and up until now, and freaking real shitty quality, and I got like 30 followers. I haven't gained any since I got good quality, but it's just a matter of time. And tonight I might have gained any. I don't know. I haven't checked my email. That's the only way I know is by email, because I'm not obsessed enough where I check it every day. Like, I didn't even know I had 30 until I checked it tonight, and that was like the first time in like a month I even checked it. I care more about the work I do. I had a lot of bad shit happen in my life, and I was like really obsessed with basically achievement hunting. And then I've toned down on achievement hunting, but I needed to find something else to keep me more motivated, more active, so that way I don't think about all the bad shit and this and that. That's when I found Twitch. So, and then I gained the 30, and then when I gained the 30 followers on really bad quality, I was like, wow. I gained like 12, like the first 12 people. I was playing Saints Row, and Michelle, who was in the party earlier, this is when I first started broadcasting. She was asking me what the game was about. I'm like, well, it's basically like you're an evil Superman in a stupid comedy. And then that got me going on Superman, and then I spent like 10 minutes bitching about my problem with Superman and why I hate him, and I ended up gaining like frickin' 12 followers that night because everyone loved my philosophy on that. And I was sitting there just saying stuff like, I like how he only has one weakness, but it's like every single fucking bad guy goes to the kryptonite store, and they claim that kryptonite can kill him, but he gets sick, but for some reason, it never actually kills him. It doesn't make any sense, and he's the one superhero where they give him basically every fucking superpower, but because there's a kryptonite store, it's like he's almost worthless. And I was just sitting there talking shit like that, and I ended up gaining freaking 12 fucking followers. That's all I was doing, and freaking 12 people decided to follow me because that's what I do. I don't care what anyone thinks about me. I say what I feel, and if like I'm not in a party talking to people, or even if I am, I'll talk to and no one's chatting me up. I'll actually talk to the game like I'm actually there. That's another thing freaking. I remember when I started playing Grand Theft Auto 4, when you get betrayed and you're sitting there chasing the guy or whatever. I was sitting there like, oh my god. Even though I knew I wasn't gonna catch him, but I was acting like it was actually me, and I'm like, I'm gonna catch you, and when I do, I'm dragging your ass out of the car, slamming you from head to toe, freaking just going off on him like I was actually there, like I was actually that pissed because of the fact my character was me and he betrayed me. So like I talk to the game like I'm actually that character and I'm actually there. That's another thing that I think makes my broadcast really good. And when I get overly hyper and I'm chasing someone, I'm like, I'm gonna get you! And just shit like that, just because I don't care what anyone fucking thinks. Exactly. And that's exactly how I am. And now that I got the good quality and stuff, I'm just looking. That's why I'm and that's why I'm looking for sponsors, so that way people can start embracing my craziness, seeing how I am and loving it. Don't do that. It doesn't sound healthy. The zombies kind of have an excuse. They're already dead. They have nothing else to lose. You have to give them some credit. They're dead. They might as well hump something, because there's not going to be any girls anytime soon. No what? And hey, do you know why zombies went to eating people? It's not because they're dead and that's all their brain sees. It's because they stink so much that no one would sleep with them. So they get so pissed off, they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna eat everybody. That's my philosophy on zombies. They couldn't get laid because they smell, so they decided to eat everyone for revenge. I know, right? Makes sense. I would love to meet someone where I see that philosophies like that too, and then someone try to challenge me. I wonder how that argument would go. I bet it would be entertaining and interesting. That's why I say shit like that, is not only because it's funny, but in case there's actually someone that wants to argue the point. I don't want to kill myself. I'm on a roll. I love when you guys talk. I know. I love when you guys talk to your game, and it's like makes perfect sense to what I'm doing. Then I can just actually agree or disagree, and it makes sense to my game as well as yours. Oh man, this fixer's a bitch. I gotta light my thinking stick. Before I used to call cigarettes cancer sticks, so that way no one would ever say you shouldn't smoke, that would kill you. So, and then as I started broadcasting, whenever I start losing something after a while, and instead of getting frustrated, I'm like, you know what? I need to light my thinking stick. Like it makes me smarter or something. And then I did that, and then a lot of people laughed when I was broadcasting, so I just started calling it that ever since. Like I've been failing this mission like 5 times. That's why I just said it now. Where I'm like.